can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, guys, any...
You're listening to TGI Sports Talk with your host, Keith Engle, on NorthEast Streaming Sports.
Hey guys, Keith Engle for TGI Sports Talk, doing the NorthEast Streaming Sports and Zodiac TV Global Sports Update. Not sure you heard our promos. We got a brand new promo for NorthEast Streaming Sports. So we're live here on NorthEast Streaming Sports and Zodiac TV this morning. A quick update. I'll check the audio on my little lead-ins there. Not sure what you heard and what you didn't, but we'll make sure we get that fixed for next time. Guys, not a ton going on in the world of sports, but enough to kind of give us a quick update. Let's look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard from last night. The Giants beat the Reds last night to remain a half game ahead of the Padres in the West. Excuse me. Logan Webb pitched 6 shutout innings in this game. Will Flores, well known to Mets fans, was 3 for 4 with a home run with San Francisco. One guy I thought was really going to be a player. And he's a nice, serviceable major league player, but I thought he'd be a lot better. And for the Reds, Suarez was 2 for 4 with a home run. The Mets, things are getting ugly for the Mets, guys. They did win this game 3-1. James McCann pinch hit a home run. Pinch hit, had a base hit in the 7th inning to break a tie with a double. And Tom Nito had a nice game here, 3 for 4 with a double and 2 runs scored. Big story here, a couple of big stories. Tawan Walker left after the 3rd inning with some tightness in his arm. Tightness in his side. Sorry for that. Didn't mean to give you fans a heart attack there. Tawan Walker has pitched really well at early season here and helped the Mets stay afloat, in my mind. They also had... oh, good gosh, his name is escaping me now. Who was the Pillar? Kevin Pillar got hit in the face with a 94 5-mile-an-hour fastball from Webb last night, Jacob Webb. It was an ugly scene, a scary scene, as you can see in baseball. And unsure how he is, taken to the hospital for CT scans. And hopefully he's all right. Our thoughts are with Kevin Pillar today. Now, the Mets also are struggling with lots of injuries. Conforto and McNeil both went on the IL. So both New York teams, the Mets and the Yankees, struggling with injuries a bit at the moment. The White Sox just beat the baloney out of the Twins, 16-4. Dallas Keuchel with the win here. He's not even pitching well, and the White Sox are playing great baseball. Probably the best team in baseball right now, in my mind, as I talked about on my Sunday show. Where else? We'll go down here to the Cubs and Nationals. The Cubs beat the Nationals 7-3 yesterday. I am having some difficulty with my screen, as usual. So we may be stuck here, guys. I'll find it. There we go. All right. Cubs beat the Nationals 7-3. Jason Hayward is still hanging around Major League Baseball, 2 for 4 with a home run last night, and Contreras was also 2 for 4 with a home run for the Cubs. The Yankees looked really bad again last night against the Rangers, losing 5-2. Garrett Cole didn't pitch well. First time I think he's pitched without normal rest, and it showed last night. Only pitched 5 innings and 1 hitter. But he gave up 5 runs, and not a good out performance by Cole. On the upside for Cole, he did set a Major League Baseball record last night with 58 consecutive strikeouts without a walk, beating Corbin Burns' record from last year. He did finally issue a walk in this game. before he was taken out. The Yankees also struggling with some injuries, as I mentioned. Obviously, Gleyber Torres is on the COVID list. Still going to be out another week at least. And also, hard to believe, shocking, Stanton is on the disabled list. Only a matter of time, Mets fans. This is a waste of money for this team. For the production that we get, he gets hot from time to time, yes. But for the production that we get, $29 million is too much for a guy who only can play DH, can't run harder, he gets hurt, can't play in the outfielder, he gets hurt, isn't doing either, and he gets hurt. And I believe they also placed Hicks on the IR as well with a bad wrist. Never a good sign for a hitter. Wrist injuries linger a long time. Now, look at the Yankees have left themselves dangerously thin in the outfield. Dangerously thin. They're going to have to rely on Gardner unless a move gets made. And maybe Andujar could play a little bit of outfield. They're going to have to find a place. Andujar comes up, and he did have a big hit the other night. He hits line drives all the time. The Yankees have got to figure out a way to get this kid to play or move him someplace where he can, because he's a waste of talent right now. The Angels, without Albert Pujols, who we'll talk about in a second, beat the Indians 7-4. The Dodgers 3-1 over the Diamondbacks. Buehler gets the win here. My pick for the Cy Young Award. He is 2-0 at 2.80 earned run average. Big news here, Albert Pujols played first base and batted fourth. Got a base hit and an RBI. He also claims, Albert did, that he never told the Angels he wanted to play every day. So this situation with his release from the Angels gets uglier every day. I don't know what's right. I talked about it a lot on my Sunday show. How do you treat these Hall of Fame guys with their end of their career? Pujols has not been even an average major league player for 3 years at least. So, tough decision for the Angels. They didn't handle it well. Pujols surprisingly hooks on with a gig with the Dodgers, and what his role will be when they get healthy is another question. They are another team struggling with injuries. Injuries are all over the place in Major League Baseball, guys. Dodgers are without Bellinger. Dodgers are without Seager, plus some other players. Padres, they win their fourth in a row to move within a half game or stay within a half a game of the Giants. 7-0 over the Rockies. Shu Darvish with a great start. 7 innings, no runs, 4 hits. Manny Machado, 2 for 4 with a home run. Padres are starting to warm up a little bit, guys. And you know what? Little controversy from Sunday's game, I believe, with Manny Machado and sliding in the baseline to take out a second baseman who had, hung him up. He was on first base going to second. So an unconventional attempt at a double play. He slid and took the guy out. It's a legal baseball play. People getting they're up in arms about it being, a dirty play. Major League Baseball players should be being taught this and probably are not. Buck Showalter from the Yankee broadcast had talked about how he taught his players forever this play. Doesn't come up that often, but when you're trapped between first and second, you do 2 things. You stand still, don't let them tag you, or you slide. Just like you're at the base. It's a legal play. Used to be taught to players all the time. Tigers 4-1 over the Mariners. What else? Anything else in baseball we want to chat about? I guess that's it for now. We still haven't had much changes. I will say the Astros have won 6 in a row now to get much closer in the AL West. And the rest of the standings are pretty much as we covered them on Sunday. The NBA playoff matchups set. Well, at least a few of them. We've got the 4-5 game in the East. The Knicks will play the Hawks, and they'll have the home court advantage. I think a good matchup for the Knicks. The Bucks and Heat will be a very interesting series. The Heat made it to the finals last year, got hot in the bubble. Can they do it again? The Bucks playing better basketball as well. And the Sixers will play the 8th seed, which we'll talk about in a second, from the play-in tournament. And the Nets will play the 7th seed. Out west, we've got Denver will play Portland. Is that right? Sorry about that. Denver will play Portland. That'll be an interesting series, but I think Denver will win that. The Clippers will play the Mavericks. This is going to be a very interesting series. The Mavericks have played much better basketball here towards the end of the season and move into that fifth spot. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The Jazz will get the 8th seed. The Suns will get the 7th seed. Playing tournament starts, I believe, tonight. The date today. I believe it's tonight. And we'll get the Hornets and the Pacers and the Wizards and the Celtics. And then tomorrow night we'll get the Spurs and the Grizzlies and the Lakers and the Warriors. A very interesting game with the Lakers. Excuse me and my gravelly voice this morning. The Lakers will get the Warriors. A very interesting series. LeBron playing up Stephen Curry for the MVP award, maybe trying to butter him up before the game. Who knows? LeBron likes to play those little bit of games, but not unwarranted. I think Stephen Curry will be in that conversation. Don't think he'll win, but he will be in the conversation. And also remember, these games are interesting. The 7-8 games, the loser gets to play again. The 9-10 games, they do not. So there's 3 games total. And so the 7-8 games, the teams in the 7-8 games get a second chance if they should lose. Any other NBA news? Bradley Beal still battling a hamstring, but a lot of guys are hurt this time of year. The Kings have decided to retain Luke Walton after back-to-back 31 and 41 seasons. He's got a good relationship with a lot of his, with some of his key players, building towards the future. And they owe him a bunch of money over the next 2 years. Probably played a great deal of influence on this decision. And the great Marvell, but I mentioned this on Sunday, but I'll mention it again, will be retiring after the playoffs, 60-ish years broadcasting the NBA and the NHL. Best known, obviously, as the Knicks and Rangers announcers back when he was just a kid, basically, in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s. Really well known for doing the radio for the Knicks championship team in 1970. So congratulations on a great career to Marv Albert. Moving on to the NHL quickly, we'll talk about some scores here. Last night, the Bruins beat the Capitals in overtime, 3-2. Even that series up at 1-1. This is going to be a 7-game series, I'm pretty sure, guys. I did pick the Capitals to win this. We've got the Hurricanes playing Game 1 last night, and the Hurricanes win the game 5-2 with 3 goals in the third period. This was a really good game up until then, and then they broke it open, the Hurricanes. And I did pick the Hurricanes to win this series, I believe, as well. And the Avalanche 4-1 in their Game 1 against the Blues. Again, 3 third-period scores, breaks open a pretty close game. So that's it in the NHL, where we'll be full bore into that. The NFL, couple quick notes. The Pats re-signed Brian Hoyer. God knows why. I do not understand this move, but maybe it's a precursor to the fact that they don't want Cam to be the backup if Mac Jones should win the game or win the job. Elsewhere in the NFL suits and schedule makers are very, very concerned about the Aaron Rodgers Packers riff. The Packers are in some pretty prime real estate when it comes to TV and primetime opportunities. The NFL had to schedule it like Rodgers would be there. They've got 2 games very early in the season in primetime and then 3 games later on. So they could adjust the 3 games later on, obviously. But they're definitely concerned about this. And still rumors that the Broncos are going to make a major move for Rodgers. If you guys have watched my show, know how I feel. Don't sign him. Let him twist in the wind. And lastly, a quick note on horse racing. As you know, Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit finished 3rd in the Preakness. Tested clean going into the race. Don't know about the post-race results yet, and we are still waiting on a second result from the Kentucky Derby to see if he will retain that title. But interesting enough, Bob Baffert was suspended by NYRA, the New York Racing Association, for these transgressions, plus some others that have happened here recently, at other tracks. So he will not be allowed to race or board his horses, train his horses, or board his horses in any of the NYRA tracks. So no Belmont, no Aqueduct, no Saratoga. Saratoga's right here in my backyard. So interesting news. Bob Baffert's reputation taking a big hit here this last 2 weeks. Not sure. Again, he's a Hall of Fame trainer, a great trainer, and I don't understand how these guys get themselves in these positions so late in their career after having a legendary career to begin with. They cast out on everything. I don't think Bob Baffert's been cheating all along, and this could have been an honest mistake. But Bob Baffert beginning to pay the price. So, guys, that's it for today. We'll work on the promos. Not sure what happened with the sound there. Maybe you heard it and I didn't. But we'll check that out. Again, Keith Engle, TGI Sports Talk. This has been your Northeast Streaming Sports and Zodiac TV Global Sports Update. We'll see you soon. I'll see you Thursday morning. I'll see you Friday with Barry Lyons from the 1986 New York Mets as my guest. See you then.